Folks, I'm back. Back in Cronkite and back for another reaction video. It's sure to be a good one today. Of course, in a perfect world, this would be the matchup in sense that would get people going to say, you know what, who gets the supremacy in the group? But because of the surprise result with Saudi Arabia beating Argentina, Lionel Messi and the Argentinians are fighting for their life tonight as they face off against Mexico. Hello, everyone. I'm Mahir Hassan. Once again, back in the edit base here at Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Glad that you guys could join me here on this Saturday afternoon, as is the case right here in Phoenix. With that, let's take a look at your starting lineups changes for both teams: five for Argentina and three for Mexico. And for both teams, a change in formation. We'll start off with the visitors in Mexico first. They'll start off with a 3-5-2. Once again, Memo Ochoa in goal. Your defenders will be Moreno, Araujo, and Montes. Wingbacks on the left will be Gallardo, and then on the right, Alvarez. In the middle, you'll have Chavez, Guardado, and Herrera, and then up top, Vega and Lozano. For Argentina on the other side, once again, Emiliano Martinez in goal. Three changes in the back is Acuna, Lisandro Martinez, and Montiel will check in. Otamendi, the remaining center back that played in the game against Saudi Arabia. Rodriguez and DePaul are your holders. Rodriguez checking in today. McAllister, Messi, and Di Maria will be there as your attacking midfielders. And Lautaro Martinez will be up top. There's a look there at Lionel Messi, of course, the man, the myth, the legend. A man, one of the best to play the sport of soccer in his fifth World Cup. Another guy in his fifth World Cup, Guillermo, also known as Memo Ochoa, made a big save on Robert Lewandowski in the game against Tuesday that gave Mexico a point. They would need more than a point if they want to get some kind of supremacy going here, especially in this World Cup. Once again, Mexico to take the kickoff here, as in the center circle, I believe, will be the two strikers for this one, Vega and Lozano, as we're underway here from Lusail Stadium in Doha, Qatar. Mexico will be in the green tops, white shorts, red socks, going from right to left. Argentina in their classic pinstripe white and sky blue shirts, along with the black shorts and white socks, going from left to right. Once again, a big game, big game for Argentina, as Alvarez passes it over to Montes. Once again, as I noted earlier, or pardon me, Montiel to Otamendi. So a 4-2-3-1 for Argentina, lined up in a 4-4-2 on Tuesday. For Mexico, they were in a 3-5-2 today, went into a 4-3-3 on a Tuesday. So a change in formations for both sides. This one goes out on the end. Throw in now for Argentina's Acuna. Once again, plays it back to his defenders. Here's Otamendi again. Otamendi out to Alvarez as Argentina continues to kind of switch up the pitch. Kind of got in an offside trap last time these two were playing each other, as Di Maria calls for the free kick here. Argentina trying to get back in the unbeaten column after losing to Saudi Arabia. We're up at half. Then Saudi Arabia scored two goals in the course of 5 minutes, and Argentina couldn't find the equalizer. First time they had picked up a loss in 36 games. It's the longest, second longest unbeaten streak, rather, in world football history. So here's Lisandro Martinez, one of the new guys checking in for Argentina. Now to Acuna. Cunha back to Otamendi, and once again back to Alvarez. Argentina contempt right now. Play out of the back, make sure they can get the options going, especially against this Mexico side that did a decent job in possession, but overall still had some trouble. Messi, good work there, as here comes Argentina the other way. Here's McAllister on the left, whips this into the box. It's headed away there. Good work by Moreno of Mexico. Now to Di Maria again. Di Maria trying to use some nifty work, able to get past one guy. Now to Rodrigo De Paul. De Paul now goes to the end line. His cross blocked away, and it will be a throw-in for Argentina. A lot of interesting guys for Argentina out on the pitch. Also the case for Mexico as well. This throw-in once again goes back all the way to Otamendi. Argentina has probably had majority of the possession ever since the opening kick in which Mexico took. Alvarez loses it again, and once again, I think now we'll get some chance for possession here. How about Lionel Messi? I mean, of course, we know his stature, we know his kind of skill, kind of limited in that as he had a good split pass there, right in between Chucky Lozano and Luis Chavez there. So once again, Mexico continues. Throw in here to be taken on the left-hand side by Jesus Gallardo. Mexico opting for the wingbacks today over the regular fullbacks, as it's going to be Alvarez. That is number 4 for Mexico playing in today. So that's just an important note there. Alvarez will be your right wing back for Mexico. Montiel will be your right back for Argentina. So I apologize by saying Alvarez's name rather than Montiel. Montiel coming in at right back over the other option that was the case in the game against Saudi Arabia. I believe, I forget who it was. I think it was Molina. Yeah, Nahuel Molina was the right back in the game against Saudi Arabia. He will be on the bench in today's matchup. Once again, it's Acuna. Now in the middle, Rodriguez. Now to DePaul. DePaul once again outside for Angel Di Maria, the PSG man. Surveys his options once again. Back to the middle with Lionel Messi. Playing center attacking midfielder today. Of course, a man who has played all over the pitch, played second striker. Nonetheless, Mexico goes in the counterattack. An Argentinian goes down. And after dribbling the ball for a while, the ref will give a free kick in favor of Argentina. The foul there was on number 10, Alexis Vega, who has been active for the Mexican national team, at least in the attack, trying to get yet another chance there. But nonetheless, Argentina going down. Free kick for the favorites in this one. It was a fight there between Montiel and Vega, and it was Vega to win that challenge over there. Also, an interesting note there. I was talking about Montiel and Alvarez. Montiel and Alvarez both have the same numbers, too. And since Alvarez is number 4, playing for Ajax, 59 caps, 3 goals for him. And then Montiel, a little less experience in terms with the country, also playing in Europe with Sevilla, 18 caps, 0 goals for him. So as I noted earlier, a lot of changes for Argentina's backline that was roasted, not much, but when they got roasted, it was quite huge against Saudi Arabia. Otamendi being the sole center back there, or pardon me, defender. 94 caps, 4 goals for the Benfica man. The guys coming in today for Argentina's, you got Marcos Acuna, 44 caps for him. Lisandro Martinez with 11, and then Montiel with 18. Of course, replacing a lot of guys. One of the guys, at least Lisandro Martinez. Some people were saying that had he started instead of Christian Romero, plays for Tottenham, there could have been a difference on the score sheet. So as I noted, Otamendi, Acuna, Tagliafico, also on the bench today after playing at left back in the first game. A lot of interesting cap numbers between those two sides. It's Tagliafico with 43, Acuna with 44, Romero with 13, while Lisandro Martinez has 11. So overall, it's not much of a replacement in terms of experience. You could even say could be the case with right back too. Montiel with 18, Molina with 21. So overall, Lionel Scaloni going to his bench, and overall in terms of national experience, it's kind of an eye for an eye change. It's overall not that bad as many people could have expected. When you go to your bench, you want to have depth, and sometimes depth helps, sometimes depth doesn't help. And you have to give credit. Lionel Scaloni made sure that everybody had that, and the most experienced guy, Nicolas Otamendi, still out on the pitch. Here's DePaul in trouble here, pressured against Vega, and then also, I believe one of the other guys there. Forget who it was. Nonetheless, here's Mexico on the attack. Herrera decides to play outside now. Played outside there by Araujo. Back outside. Mexico right now content to kind of just spread the ball around. Kevin Alvarez will be your guy for Mexico today. I should note it's going to be him playing the right back for Mexico, not Edson Alvarez, as I mentioned earlier. Kevin Alvarez playing for Pachuca back in Liga MX, 8 caps for him, making his 9th today. Edson Alvarez with 59 caps, of course, listed as a midfielder. He is on the bench for this one. As we take a look there, Lisandro Martinez going up against Chucky Lozano. Lozano had the cross blocked, so it'll be a corner kick for Mexico right in front of the Argentina supporters. Standing over it will once again be Vega. Also there will be Luis Chavez. Chavez sends this one in low. It's intercepted right there by Messi. Argentina tried to go for the counter, but Messi's pass was a little deflected and once again goes back to Mexico. The ball right now at midfield and going forward now is their captain Andres Guardado. Guardado still on the ball. Now to Lozano. He goes down and it's a free kick for Mexico. Big moment for the Mexicans. As I noted earlier, Argentina needs to pick up a point today if they are to have a chance in advancing to the next round. If they lose, they are eliminated. Just to note, going into this World Cup, Argentina had the second highest chances of winning this World Cup, only behind Brazil, who had a pretty emphatic win over Serbia 2-0 right here at Lusail Stadium in Qatar. Richarlison ended up having a brace, including an incredible bicycle kick later on in the second half. In my opinion, probably the best goal I've ever seen in a World Cup. Nonetheless, it's going to be Vega and Chavez to stand over the ball. Once again, Chavez whips this in with his left. A chance for a lot of Mexicans. Nobody could get a peg to it. Chances by both Hector Herrera and then also the defender Cesar Montes. Let's take a look at this. So Montes had the first chance trying to get his left peg, and then as it trickled towards the back post, again, another chance for Mexico, kind of just wasted there in the middle. I wouldn't say wasted, it was a good chance, but they just needed someone to get a peg to it. So we approach 10 minutes here in this first half. No goal between Argentina and Mexico. Here's DePaul. Once again goes out. Guardado tried playing it out to Vega. And once again, a good interception there by Montiel. Sends it right back to Emiliano Martinez. Emiliano Martinez, one of the CEOs, or probably the CEO of this Argentinian side. And many people talk about how, the offense didn't do much, but you have to give credit to the defense, especially for an Argentina side that hadn't allowed 2 goals in a game for probably a little more than a year. It was a 2-all draw against Colombia the last time that happened, in which Argentina ended up conceding 2 goals in a match. Here's Otamendi, not a DePaul. Otamendi again. Montiel takes a touch, and it's cut out there by Gallardo. Ball goes back as it's pressured there by Lautaro Martinez. Memo Ochoa now wearing the red kit today. Red kit, blue shorts, almost looking like Santa Claus over there in the net. A little surprise there, going with the little change of pace. Memo Ochoa, guy known for kind of his greenish or kind of like yellow or pinkish colors, at least when he's wearing gold. Going with the red today in terms as a netminder, interestingly enough. Montiel again, back to Otamendi. I've been calling their names a lot, able to control the pace so far as we're now in the 12th minute. Nonetheless, here's Messi. Messi on the ball, able to spin away from something. Nonetheless, Lautaro Martinez went down. No foul. Ball now back at goal as Ochoa sends us forward. Challenged there by Otamendi, but nonetheless, Argentina gives it right back. Here's Alexis Vega again. Pardon me. There for the stop, nonetheless. Here we go again. Argentina with the throw-in was Guardado going up against DePaul there in the middle. Otamendi. Montiel now. Montiel to Di Maria. Di Maria got a lot of touches on the ball against Saudi Arabia and couldn't convert at all. I mean, I was kind of surprised. In fact, he probably got more touches on the ball than Messi did, believe it or not. Messi's playing center mid, and Messi was playing one of the forward positions in the game against Saudi Arabia, now playing a little back as the center attacking mid right behind Lautaro Martinez, your number 9. So little change there by Lionel Scaloni to make sure Messi gets a little in behind. That one played there. Martinez couldn't get a control on it. Ball goes back to Mexico, and Gallardo now. Sent it down, but I think it was deflected there. Little challenge. And now I think the ref's saying that there might have not been a deflection, as I think Argentina's got the throw in. Tata Martino, not very happy with the call. Of course, Tata Martino has now been coaching Mexico for a while, kind of been all over the globe in terms of coaching. You think about it, coached in Europe, coached Barcelona actually for a year, coached Messi for that year. So he's got experience at least with Argentina's big man, at least in the middle. 43rd manager of Mexico, fourth Argentinian to manage Mexico's side. Against Argentina overall, this is the second time Tata is playing Argentina in a major tournament. The last time was in 2007, in which Paraguay lost 1-0. He did a lot of work with Paraguay. Handball called there on Guardado, so a free kick for Argentina. So yeah, going up against Lionel Scaloni, going up against Tata Martino, a guy he might have idolized growing up, as Tata's also from Argentina. But as I was saying, he led Paraguay to a lot of interesting places over time. Of course, went to the quarterfinals of the World Cup back in 2010 and 2011. They ended up losing on penalty, or pardon me, they ended up losing in the final of the Copa America. Still stands as the farthest Paraguay has gone in that tournament. Here's Vega now picking it up all the way, trying to get some options, gives it out to Lozano on the right, and Lisandro Martinez makes a comfortable slide tackle there to give Mexico the throw in. So again, Lisandro Martinez, newly made addition, of course, has kind of been hopping around himself. Of course, recently now has been making appearances with Manchester United. Despite his stature of being a 5'9", listed as pretty well. He's gotten a lot of honors, at least with Manchester United, and even in the Premier League this year, in stabilizing the Red Devils' defense. Nonetheless, Kevin Alvarez now gives it back. As there's Montes, Araujo, once again, back to Moreno, the third captain on this Mexican side. Herrera now in the middle. Back to Kevin Alvarez, and once again, kind of going back up top. A little dynamic play between Lozano and Cruz. Here's Herrera again, trying to get that one outside. One back once again by Argentina. Lozano now on the edge. Lozano cut away there by Otamendi. He goes down. No fouls called, and now the ref will give it in favor of Argentina. Once again, the Benfica man, Nicolas Otamendi, on the play there. Nicolas Otamendi. Guy who's been in the European scene a lot over the past few years. As I mentioned before, kind of a big man in terms of his time with Argentina. Got his first cap all the way back in 2009. Spent a lot of years at Manchester City, 5 years there, including getting some titles, some time with Porto, 4 years there, and then even Vélez Sarsfield, which is how he got his start. That's also where he did his youth training. Nonetheless, here's Argentina on the attack. Rough touch there by DePaul. Nonetheless, the rest whistle has blown again. A lot of whistles have been blown. And overall, I haven't seen that much contact overall. Not too many guys fall into the ground. Might be a handball. I don't know what. But either way, it's going to be a free kick for Argentina about 35 yards out. Oh, I see what happened. DePaul played it right off of the ref. So DePaul once again reset and give it back to Otamendi. I was realizing there. I was like, there was not much contact on that ball. So I guess now we know why. It helps out a lot. Nonetheless, played forward there by Guardado, headed away by Martinez, Lisandro Martinez, that is. You got three Martinez's on the pitch. So we got another foul, another Mexican down. And this time, Lautaro Martinez is trying to say, you know what, man, I didn't do anything there. And the ref says, no, you did. Push there against the Mexican Lautaro Martinez, another guy over time. Had a lot of starts in the 2021 Copa America. Yeah, so it was a little interesting collision there. Martinez got the last touch, and Guardado trying to get the ball, headed himself right into Lisandro Martinez, and Martinez basically just says, "You know what? I don't know what happened there. I mean, could have gone either way." And Guardado kind of just fell to the ground, courtesy of the contact itself. So Either way, it's a free kick for Mexico. As I mentioned, overall, CONCACAF itself has not done the best in this World Cup, failed to win at all. Mexico drawing, United States drawing to Wales, along with Canada losing to Belgium, and then Costa Rica being thumped by Spain 7-0. Yesterday, United States picked up an interesting point against England. You got Mexico playing Argentina, kind of blue blood against blue blood. Iconically, probably the best team overall historically in CONCACAF, going up against one of the best teams historically in CONMEBOL with Argentina. This one all the way back to Guardado. He'll play this back to base in Memo Ochoa. There's actually Araujo there, or Moreno rather. Interesting mix up there with the center backs for Mexico. Nonetheless, it's outside again. So it looks like we might have an interesting formation here with Mexico. You got Araujo playing your center back role, and then you got Moreno playing left center back. Although playing more like a left center back in a 4-4-2 type role. Although Mexico going with a 3-5-2, and if you want to bring your defenders back more like a 5-3-2, this one played up here by Guardado, who's playing back. Nonetheless, Mexico on the attack. Lozano going forward. He goes down, and it's a free kick for Mexico now. This could be interesting. Center of the pitch, about 30, 35 yards out. So we could see a clip in the areas. Once again, Chucky Lozano. One could say the energy man, Energizer Bunny for this Mexico side, draws the free kick as we approach the 20th minute here at Lusail Stadium. Could be a chance for Mexico. As I noted earlier, a win or a loss could be both impactful or devastating, respectfully, for both teams. For Argentina, with the loss, they're out. With the win, they could potentially kind of catapult themselves, depending on how big this win is, to second place in the table, setting up a matchup with Poland, who is right now in first place. For Mexico, with the win, they would go kind of towards the top. Poland beat Saudi Arabia earlier today 2-0, by the way, so they have a +2 goal differential. So Mexico would insert themselves into the knockout. If they were to get some points overall, and especially goals, they could be at the top going into match day 3. With a loss, they're in dead last. Here we go. Big chance of the day. It's Alexis Vega to take it. Also standing there will be, once again, the man himself on the right side, number 24, being Chavez, or Guardado rather. Guardado plays this up, caught there by Martinez. He had to drop it there for a little while, as it was Herrera and Lozano in the area. Either way, it's going to be just another punt for Argentina. How about this, too? Emiliano Martinez, scary moments here for one of the best goalkeepers in the world over the past year or so. Nonetheless, Argentina with a chance to recollect. Otamendi, now to Acuna, back to Lisandro Martinez. Actually, now it's not Lisandro Martinez. Actually, playing back for Argentina's being Guido Rodriguez, being one of your holders. So you got Martinez there in the middle. You got Rodriguez as well. Otamendi sends us back to Emiliano Martinez, who just clips this forward, and nonetheless stays with Argentina for now. Now it's back with Mexico. One back there by Montes. Argentina trying to get something going as we see McAllister go down, and it will be a free kick now for Argentina. First yellow card of the day, and it will be given to number 2 of Mexico, that being Nestor Araujo. So Araujo wearing number 2 today. Montes will be number 3, and then Moreno will be number 15 in the back if you're watching at home. So, yeah, might have gotten studs up, but that might be a little too harsh from the ref. It wasn't that intentional in terms of studs up. So just a yellow card seems like a decent call, as once again we see another Argentinian down. Scaloni's talking with Montiel, of course, playing right back today in favor of the man who played on Tuesday, Nahuel Molina. Montiel getting some instructions. As it looks like Argentina is back up, the injured player is back up as well. It's important to note, as I said, McAllister getting the start today over Papu Gomez, who started there. Papu Gomez had a decent day, but nonetheless, much like the rest of the Argentinian attack, kind of got stifled early on. So far, Argentina with majority of the possession, believe it or not, about 67%, according to ESPN. Nonetheless, here's Di Maria going forward. Di Maria tries to still run for the ball. It's cut out there. Nonetheless, Messi couldn't get onto it as it's cleared away there by Mexico and Gallardo, in fact. If you're wondering today, I do not have my roster sheets out here in my notes. It's actually just on my laptop right in front of me. Didn't have that much time, but either way, once again, I apologize. But either way, interesting game. Here's Lisandro Martinez. Boy, oh boy. You talk about shaping overall, and I think that's one thing Scaloni has done pretty well. Just like that, you get a switch right across the pitch to Montiel. Messi tried getting a touch off Mexico, and yes, he did. Guardado getting the last touch there. Throw in now for Argentina, right on the edge of the attacking third. As it's played back there for Otamendi. Otamendi now. McAllister playing in the middle, interestingly enough. Not a good, he tends to play a little bit of the middle play with his time in Brighton. Nonetheless, Di Maria on the left, cut out there by Kevin Alvarez, only as far as Argentina. McAllister clips it out to Messi. Messi in space, what can he do? Cuts inside, makes a run. DePaul plays it out to Montiel, whips us into the box, and it goes past the goal, including Lautaro Martinez, who was the main target there. Let's take a look at this. Interesting sequence. Montiel might have been offside, but nonetheless, VAR not going to need a check there. DePaul was the one that played through Montiel on the right hand side. So little impact there as we approach the 25th minute. Right here at Lusail Stadium. 88,000 plus were in attendance when Argentina played Saudi Arabia on a Tuesday. That one was more in favor of an Argentina crowd. You might have a little more people in the crowd today as Lusail Stadium has attendance going up all the way to about 88,500, kind of bordering 89,000 overall. Memo Ochoa sends us out there. Looking at the crowd, it's a kind of about a 50-50 between Argentina and Mexico. Mexico, one of the best traveling crews in the world when it comes to the World Cup. Trying to make sure this feels more like a neutral game rather than an Argentina home game. Either way, Lusail is not La Bombonera, but still, I mean, the Argentina fans. I remember 2018, Nigeria played Argentina, and basically it was 95% in favor of Argentina, the crowd. And everybody was chanting Messi's name. It was essentially a home game for them. This one sent forward there by Montes, or rather, it was Araujo. Araujo with two, Montes with three. I gotta getting those two mixed up. More than 25 minutes through Kevin Alvarez to take the throw here. Now to Alvarez again. Alvarez whips this one in, and it will sky into the bleachers. Well, almost into the bleachers, kind of in the media road there on the end line. No deflection there. Acuna was going up against him, but nonetheless, goal kick now for Argentina. No goals yet. 26 minutes through. Also, no shots overall. So it has been a rather tepid game, one may say, in terms of how the attack has gone, especially knowing how high flying these teams can be, especially overall. This one cut out there as it's given back to Moreno, Montes, and now back to Ochoa. Looks like Montes has now slid into the official center back role, and then playing left center back will be Araujo. Here's DePaul. Once again, the Rodriguez. Guido Rodriguez. Still with Guido Rodriguez, right in the midfield circle. Now to DePaul. DePaul motors forward, goes to Messi, gets it back to DePaul. You got the star himself and his bodyguard going forward. McAllister now on the left for Acuna. It's been an interesting tape today. Acuna goes end line, sends Alvarez to the ground, whips this one in. Messi gets ahead to it, but it goes off target. Either way, it's going to be a free kick for Argentina right on the end as Acuna went down there. Or actually, rather, it was the Mexican player there, Kevin Alvarez, going down. So it'll be a free kick for Mexico. Yeah. So Acuna just stepped on Alvarez there, and it might have caused the ref to blow his whistle. But nonetheless, Lionel Messi That's interesting too. Lionel Messi is 5'7". For the record, I'm 5'7" too, and the fact that he's getting up that high to head a ball, overall, is something pretty special. And people talk about this GOAT challenge, and a lot of people have been talking about it since this will be their last World Cup, most likely. Lionel Messi against Cristiano Ronaldo, two guys that love to get at the ball, two guys that love to score goals as well. Lionel Messi with the third most goals all time at the international level. Ronaldo in front in that category. Messi with, I believe, 90 goals overall, while Ronaldo has 118, I believe. 92 for Lionel Messi, I should say. 92 for Messi. Ronaldo's kind of in the 100 teens area. Nonetheless, goal kick now for Guillermo Ochoa. Of course, you talk about experience. He is one of those guys for Mexico, the vice captain of this team. 132 caps for him, one of the most capped guys on this squad. I believe he's actually second to the actual captain, Andres Guardado, as he's got 178 caps, 28 goals for the guy, 36 years old, playing for Betis. So here's Alvarez again. Kevin Alvarez sends it back. As once again, we go back to the center backs. Montes plays it back. Memo Ochoa now on the ball. Ochoa sending it forward. Vega gives chase, but either way, foul and whistle blown for offside. Chucky Lozano and Alexis Vega have been quite a combo so far for Mexico, as we're now in the 30th minute. Yeah. So kind of rather just unforeseen play there by Vega and Lozano, both of them offside, unable to get back on. So rather tough play there. Of course, they were on Argentina's side of the pitch, which caused the game to be on that side. Nonetheless, back with the Argentinians, Otamendi, now to Guido Rodriguez. This has been a kind of a similar case that I've seen throughout this World Cup. We saw it yesterday, Declan Rice and Tyler Adams with England US. The fact that both these two teams have done some interesting work in bringing their holding mid back, almost playing like if they were that third center back. Now, Mexico itself has three center backs in the back, so Guardado probably won't be heading back there that much unless Mexico decides to play a low block and hunker down. Nonetheless, you got DePaul here in the middle. You got McAllister. He goes down, a rough challenge there, and rightfully so. It's going to be Argentina with a free kick. Chucky Lozano there called for the foul. There's a shove right there in the box, right against McAllister. 30 minutes through, we've got some interesting action here between Argentina and Mexico. Thanks for tuning in on this Saturday afternoon. Thanksgiving weekend here in the United States, as it's done pretty well so far. So we go back to Guido Rodriguez again. Rodriguez, Otamendi, those two, once again, kind of playing their own private game, just trying to keep it patient. That's the thing. Argentina was kind of playing at a mile a minute against Saudi Arabia, especially in that first half where they were passing the ball a lot, but in turn they were either losing the ball, and was the case many times they were offside. And they actually had 3 offside goals in that first half. So for all you know, could have been 4-0 in favor of Argentina. You would have never heard of a Saudi Arabia comeback. Nonetheless, back in play is DePaul. Gets out to Lisandro Martinez, now to Acuna, or Di Maria, rather. Di Maria has got options both way. Now he goes to Acuna. It's cut away there by Kevin Alvarez, and it will be a corner kick now for Argentina, presumably. Let's see. Look at this. And yes, Alvarez got the last touch. Corner kick for Argentina. So options on both sides. Lionel Messi has been the guy to take some corners this year. This one, I don't know if it'll be a left foot or a right foot. It will be off the left foot of Lionel Messi. Here we go again. Lionel Messi sends this one into the box, still headed down. Now it's out to DePaul about 25 yards out. Heads towards the end line, up against Vega. Vega with the crunching tackle. And with that, it will be a corner kick for Argentina. DePaul writhing in pain. Unable to see there. It might have actually been a free kick either way, but it was rather towards the corner that it kind of is treated as a corner for Argentina. De Paul going down there. Vega came in from behind, did not go through the leg, so no impetus for a red card, but could have gone for a yellow there. Argentina fans very very livid with the call. Could have been a yellow card for Mexico. Of course, Mexico played a pretty decent game against Poland in terms of formation, that is. I'm trying to see whether or not any of the guys got a yellow card in that game. Nonetheless, Lionel Messi, the man, the myth, the legend himself, ready to take this corner. Two guys that got it, Jorge Sanchez and Hector Moreno. Sanchez not playing, or rather not starting in this game. We could see him come off the bench. And then you've got Hector Moreno still playing that left center back role. Nonetheless, Lionel Messi to take this free kick, kind of a pseudo corner kick, right in front of the Mexican fans on the right side of the pitch here at Lusail Stadium. Whistle blows. Here's Messi, whips this in, and Ochoa just has to punch that one up. Might have gone direct, still up in the area, and now it will go towards Mexico. Ochoa down on the ground. Yeah, he had to punch it up. If Messi does, yeah, if Messi could have gone direct there. It's quite an inquisitive move, especially by a man of his caliber. A little confusion there. You had Lisandro Martinez, Kevin Alvarez in the mix, and it was Ochoa who went down. He will have no problem getting up. 35th minute. So just like that, time is flying. And hey, time is flying when you're having fun. And so far, although the shots have not come in, we haven't seen that much electricity, not much popcorn in the sense. It has been an interesting game, and overall, you have to give kudos to Argentina and Mexico both. Still trying to feel each other out should lead to an interesting second half. As I was saying earlier, Argentina would need to get at least a point to keep their World Cup hopes alive. They're second in terms of favorites in winning this World Cup. So this would be big, especially for bettors and especially for the Argentinian fans fresh off winning Copa America. After a few rough challenges, now the ref will blow the whistle, and this time it will favor Argentina. Lisandro Martinez now down on the ground, still kind of clutching his face there. Rough challenge there. As the peg was stuck up, and Messi also went down. No foul was called there, so no special treatment there for Lionel Messi. We've seen Argentina. We got Ronaldo, got some special treatment on Thursday, got a penalty in his favor, ended up converting it later on. 36 minutes, about 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in this one. Tied up 0-0 between Argentina and Mexico. Once again, out to Rodriguez. Otamendi. Looks like Martinez is still in the game. Di Maria, nifty move there against Gallardo. Di Maria now cuts inside. Tried to keep the ball. It was cut away there by Guardado. And once again, it's out for an Argentina throw-in. Otamendi decides to take it really quick. Scaloni, I don't think liked that decision because he's out of his coach's box giving some orders already. Martinez back out to Acuna. We've seen the wingbacks play a little bit higher, especially for Argentina in this game. As Acuna, fresh off his circle back, couldn't get the ball back. Throw in now for Mexico. And once again, it will be Araujo to take for the Mexicans. As I said, led by Tata Martino. Mexico has done an interesting job in getting to the knockouts over time. Haven't done much in terms of getting it past the round of 16, but overall, they're looking to make it to the knockouts for their 9th consecutive World Cup. As I mentioned earlier, and as many people may know, they cannot clinch a playoff spot today. They would be towards the top with 4 points, but they would most likely need some results to go their way. Most importantly, probably getting at least a point against Saudi Arabia. That one will be on Wednesday. We will have a simultaneous react for both of those games. You'll have Argentina, Poland, and then Mexico against Saudi Arabia. 38 minutes. Kind of clock still kind of ticking down. Still a lot of time left to play in this one. The Mexico fans still trying to make some noise. Like I said, you have to give respect for both of these two fan bases, some of the best passionate fan bases in the world, and especially at this World Cup. They decided to take time out of their busy work schedule and time, especially with holidays approaching, to go support their teams. Maybe get a little Christmas present early, for all you know. Nonetheless, Argentina on the attack. Could they get something early here? Messi plays it in now for DePaul. DePaul decides to go end line. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Goal kick for Mexico. As I noted earlier, they played out of control against Saudi Arabia, and DePaul might have brought a little bit of the out of control pace back with that dribble, as he out dribbled Gallardo there on the right, but goal kick. And the Argentinian fans not enjoying it so far, especially after kind of a commanding lead against Saudi Arabia in terms of just possession. It looked like Saudi Arabia was a dead stick in the water in that first half, and then somehow the dead stick was awoken, and then they started scoring some goals, and Argentina was just left flabbergasted in the end. That one headed off by Acuna, throwing now for Mexico. 39th minute, so you got 6 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Another throw in for Araujo. So we see what Tata's doing here. We got Kevin Alvarez playing as your right wing back, but not taking the throw ins. Obviously, playing a little bit up the pitch, could be helping out Lozano and Vega there in the middle. This one, once again, going back, and it's going to be towards Moreno. Moreno 1-2 there with Guardado. Rough pass there by Guardado. It's a throw now for Argentina. Right at midfield, once again, it's De Paul, Messi's bodyguard, to take this forward. Now to Di Maria. Montiel on the overlap will get the ball here on the right-hand side. His cross blocked away by Moreno. Another corner kick for Messi and Argentina. Argentina once again going to the end line. Interesting challenge there by Moreno. But nonetheless, not too much. Montiel has gone up the pitch a little bit. Di Maria, in swinger into the box. Header just goes wide. Another good chance. It was Lautaro Martinez with an opportunity to give Argentina the 1-0 lead. Let's take a look at this. Di Maria with a nice swung ball in. And once again, Martinez couldn't get ahead to that one. Got a little bit away from his marker there in Montes. And the Argentinian fans, boy, are they passionate. I think, in sense, too, you look at Argentina, especially with all that hopes. You got a 36 game unbeaten streak going into this World Cup. You've got a Copa America. So your star man, Lionel Messi, will retire with a major title under his belt. But overall, you look at it, it's not that much. As we see a change coming here, early change here in the 41st minute, as you're going to see the captain Andres Guardado head off. And heading on here will be a younger guy. Well, it should be a younger guy, being Guardado being 36. But Guardado being your center midfielder for this one. Heading on will be Eric Gutierrez, number 14. So Gutierrez, number 14, plays for PSV, which is in the Netherlands. 34 caps, 1 goal for him. So kind of a like for like change, at least in terms of position. Not, of course, in terms of experience, but good to see Eric Gutierrez getting some minutes here. Didn't start against Poland, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he didn't make an appearance against Poland, and he didn't come off the bench either. It was Carlos Rodriguez, Raul Jimenez, and Uriel Antuna that came off the bench in those few games. 42nd minute. Again, not too many shots. It's still kind of, this game's still warming up. There's not much popcorn involved so far. I don't know if it's been an announcer's curse, but most of the games I've covered, it hasn't been too much back and forth action so far. But either way, Argentina with majority of the chances, probably the better chances, I should say. The majority, I mean, it's hard to find a majority in this one as the game's still kind of trying to settle into its groove here. Looking at kind of the matchup, got one shot for Argentina, one shot for Mexico, and that's about it. Nothing yet so far. Nonetheless, Mexico wins this back. This could be dangerous. Gutierrez goes down. No foul called, and now they will. Yellow card given for Argentina, their first of the day. A rough challenge there in the middle, and heading into the book will be Gonzalo Montiel with his yellow card. So, like that, we could have a change of momentum. Eric Gutierrez, fresh off coming in. It was a nifty touch. He knew the space was there, decided to take the heavy touch to draw the foul. Now this could be interesting. About 25, 30 yards out from goal, kind of towards the left side of the goal. You got Vega, you got Herrera, Chucky Lozano, Gutierrez even. A lot of guys in that area. Most of those guys obviously just window shopping before we will probably get to the kick taken. Emiliano Martinez readies his wall for a lot of action. As I noted earlier, Mexico getting a goal early would swing momentum in a ginormous way, not just for this game, but for both teams in this World Cup and for Group C as well, as we get ready for a Wednesday that should decide who gets to the knockout stage. At this moment, any of those two teams, or four teams rather, could get the top spot. Right now, France most likely will take the number one spot in Group D. And actually, Australia, believe it or not, is number two. So you've got four men in the wall for Argentina and then one guy on the ground. Alexis Vega, camera on him, also there in the area, will be another option. Who's to take it here? It's going to be Vega! And it's caught there by Martinez. It was a nifty ball played in right into the box, try to get into the corner, but Martinez caught it there like a wide receiver in the end zone. Here's Messi now going forward, cut out by Gutierrez, throw in for the Argentinians. On paper, the home side in this game. 45th minute, still 0-0 between Argentina and Mexico. Lisandro Martinez again. Rodriguez, not a DePaul. DePaul again plays in the middle for McAllister. Those two have been a lot today. This one played up by Martinez, not a Di Maria on the left. Di Maria sends this one in way too far for running Martinez. Montiel gives chase, but it's seen out there by Gallardo for a throw-in. Ez was almost got world-class written on it, and maybe if it was just for a little lack of pace, might have gone in the back of the net. A nice catch there by Emiliano Martinez there. Boy, oh boy. That's what you want to see out of your number one goalkeeper. Now here's Gallardo again. Gallardo playing this up the pitch. Outside now as McAllister plays it back towards Martinez. Backside now for Acuna. 5 minutes of stoppage time here from Lusail Stadium. Lots of chances, not too many injuries at all as Montiel gives chase. Gallardo once again sees this out, this time for a goal kick. Taken once again by Memo Ochoa. Like I said, a big game for Argentina and Mexico. Overall, in this series, this is the 36th meeting between these two sides. Argentina leads the series with 16 wins, 14 draws, and 5 losses. Most recent matchup was a 4-0 win for Argentina over Mexico in a friendly. This was back in September 2019. And if I'm not mistaken, that was actually played in the United States. Mexico played the United States earlier in that friendly group, beating them by a hefty margin. So Martinez plays this forward, and nonetheless, Lautaro Martinez, that is, hasn't got that much touches on the ball. You have to give credit to Mexico, especially their three center backs with Moreno, Araujo, and Montes for not allowing much on the ball. Gutierrez goes down, and once again, it's a free kick for Mexico. So they're starting to get some grooves their way as we've got 3 minutes of stoppage time left. Was out by Araujo now. Now back towards Montes. As I noted, this is a different Mexico side from what we've seen before. Of course, you had Rafa Marquez, who's been playing there for what it seems like forever on that center back side. And then, of course, this is their first World Cup without two of their big strikers, Chicharito and then Carlos Vela. both of which playing in MLS. I don't know if that had something to do with Tata's decision, deciding to play Vega and Lozano, two younger guys up there in front. Actually, believe it or not, Vela and Chicharito did not even make the roster for Mexico. So I don't know. It's an interesting decision. I know Mexico has often been salty, especially whenever the United States has beaten them at the national level, and then now even at MLS, where MLS has started to do a little better against Liga MX overall. Now we have the All Star game between the United States and the Canadians, and then as they face off against the Mexicans of Liga MX, at least majority Mexicans, of course, you have players coming through from all over, but it looks like it's more the case with Mexico, and since they have a higher percentage of Mexicans in Liga MX than Americans in MLS. Speaking of which, you talk about Mexicans in MLS. Here's Hector Herrera playing for the Houston Dynamo during the season. That one clipped out by Montes now to Gallardo. Gallardo tried playing it through for Vega. It was deflected on the way, so throw in now for Mexico. And with that, the ref will call Gallardo back a little bit to make sure Mexico takes this kind of right in the pristine area, one may say. Pristine, that is like where it should be taken. Gallardo again clips his forward, headed down. Nonetheless, Vega in space. Vega with a shot, and it will sky well into the stands, but not a bad chance there by Alexis Vega with options, with space. Decides to shoot it off the volley from 25 yards out, and the knuckler is sent all the way into the Argentinian stands. And I dropped my pen again. About 30 seconds to a minute left to go in stoppage time. Lots of chances. Best chance off an Alexis Vega free kick. Saved there by Emiliano Martinez. Could Argentina get something late? Argentinians getting forward. Di Maria. Now to DePaul and Messi. McAllister actually was on the ball. Here's Di Maria. Now to Messi. Out to Acuna. Acuna plays this across the box. Cutaway there by Montes. 5 minutes through, and there might be one last chance for an Argentina goal with this corner kick coming up. Once again, Messi sent over there to the corner to whip this one in. Everybody on their feet. Messi whips this in, headed away by Gallardo. Only as far as Paul, and he won't get a chance to redirect it in. And with that, it is halftime here at Lusail Stadium. It is 0-0 with Argentina and Mexico. Both teams with possession, both teams trying to get an attack going and with shots, but none of them able to be turned in towards a goal. Like I said, a quick change for Mexico as their captain Andres Guardado was taken off, and now you have Air Gutierrez playing your center midfielder role. Overall, you have 2 yellow cards, one for the center back being Nestor Araujo, and then on the other side for Argentina, their right back Gonzalo Montiel. So chances for both sides, but nonetheless unable to turn something in. Halftime here. I'll be back in a few minutes to give you the start of the second half right here on my reaction vids on YouTube. Back here in the edit bays, right here at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, where it is currently halftime between Argentina and Mexico. As they're currently tied 0-0. I'm Mahir Hassan. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday afternoon. At least that's what it is right here in Phoenix. Hope you guys are enjoying this Thanksgiving weekend as well. And boy, oh boy, what a game we have on our hands. If Argentina was to not pick up a point today, that is, get a draw or a win, they would be out of the World Cup. And that would be crucial, especially for an Argentina side that just won Copa America last year and a side that is one of the favorites to win the tournament as well. So, as I noted earlier, these two in Group C, as it stands right now, Poland is at the top of the group with 4 points and a +2 goal differential as they beat Saudi Arabia 2-0 earlier today. Saudi Arabia, despite the loss, is in second with 3 points, fresh off their win against Argentina, with now a -1 goal differential. Mexico still in front with 2 points, zero goal differential. Argentina would be in last with 1 point and a zero goal differential. I say this because Group C shaped out pretty interestingly today, in the sense that Australia beat Tunisia, and they are currently in the second spot with 3 points overall, although not doing well in the goal differential category, only -2. France is at the top with 6. They are on to the knockout stage as it is. And the only person that can dethrone them for number one is Argentina, meaning most likely the winner, or pardon me, the runner up of Group D of this group would end up playing France in the knockout. I also say this because you have Denmark and Tunisia who are also looking for some wins. They are both with 1 point and with a -1 goal differential, meaning it's a wide open race in Group C for or Group D rather for trying to get that big spot. And since France has already kind of got it, but you have Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia, and for the most part, Denmark could make a run, but if Australia and Tunisia, one of those two teams gets that number two spot, it's going to set up for a very interesting battle in sense in the knockouts. So, I was thinking about this on my way over to Cronkite, and I thought, what would be interesting? If Saudi Arabia got points against Mexico, Poland lost to Argentina, you could potentially see Saudi Arabia playing Australia in a knockout game. That's crazy in my opinion. If you told me that Saudi Arabia and Australia would be playing each other in a knockout game, I would have said you are absolutely crazy. Because yeah, you know, no disrespect to the Frenchmen out there, but I thought Champions Curse was going to get to them, and I was like, you know what, they're going to go out. And the other team I had them going out with was Australia. Saudi Arabia, I had them going dead last in this group. So it just shows how crazy this World Cup has been in the sense that France, although, like if they weren't champs, you would say, this is France being France. They're a dominant team, despite not them having Benzema. They don't have Benzema, they don't have Pogba and Conte, but they're still doing pretty well. They're still doing very well overall. And then you have the other side of the group C, and boy, oh boy, Argentina would need something huge here, absolutely huge, if they were to get something going. A win would help them out a lot, especially playing Poland. And since they could get that one spot, on paper, they would have an easy knockout stage round instead of facing France in their knockout stage game. So either way, a point helps. 3 points, though, would be absolutely wonderful for this Argentinian side that has struggled of late and was kind of in a 50-50 physical battle early on. The fans are making their way back here at Lusail Stadium. Both teams are out on the pitch. And once again, the man himself, Lionel Messi, is in the center circle to get this one back underway. Only the refs whistle to make sure we can do it. And with that, we are 45 minutes down, and the 45 minutes to go have started right here at Lusail Stadium. More than 88,000 fans in the stands today to witness a spectacle between two popular blue blood type teams, Argentina and Mexico. Both teams with chances early on. Mexico had the best chance of the half, courtesy of an Alexis Vega free kick. Once again, no changes for Argentina and Mexico coming out of the break. Mexico made a change in the 41st minute with their captain Andres Guardado heading off and Eric Gutierrez heading on. He will be in that center mid spot that was once held by Guardado. Here's DePaul. He's shoved to the ground. And with that, we have our first free kick of the second half. It was DePaul rather going up against the Mexicans. It was a simple push. He fell down. Just like that, a free kick. And just like that, Argentina has it back as Messi plays it to Lisandro Martinez, the center back, making his way up as if he was a left back. How about that? Messi now in space, cuts it outside, or rather inside for McAllister. Now to Martinez again. Acuna going up against Kevin Alvarez. It's knocked away there by Hector Herrera. Going down there was an Argentinian. Either way, might be a handball called there on McAllister, as it's now a free kick for Mexico. Yeah, so it looked like McAllister might have gotten a handball very close to the shoulder area, but it was Luis Chavez to call for it, and rightfully so, because it's now a free kick for Mexico. Ochoa again. It's Ochoa. Now to Gallardo. Gallardo back to McAllister. And maybe here comes Argentina. Either way, we saw, I don't know who it was. It might have been Messi going down. Here's Mexico the other way. Vega going through it. He cuts. His shot is blocked. Good work there by Otamendi to stop the run. Araujo. He whips this one in, looking for Lozano. Either way, it's pipped up in the air. Emiliano Martinez catches it without a problem, too. Montiel. Now to DePaul. As Argentina continues to use the width. Once again, McAllister in space. Listed as a left mid, but he's kind of gone to the center of the pitch, which we've kind of seen a lot with his play at Brighton this year. Messi just gets his clipped away, and this time it's cleared away by the Mexicans. Again, a kind of a back and forth type game. I said this too. I said it in the promotion, and you probably saw it in the thumbnail too, where I had the popcorn symbols up. But overall, not too much back and forth action in this game. Argentina's still trying to feel themselves out. And even with Mexico getting that point, they haven't had that many opportunities to attack either. Here's Di Maria, Montiel, Otamendi. Or rather, it's not Otamendi, it's Guido Rodriguez. Rodriguez, rough pass there, and here comes Mexico. Vega plays it in for Lozano. He has to take a touch back, and because of that, it's given right back to Argentina and Rodrigo de Paul. Lozano was talking there with Vega just to make sure those two were on the same page, and apparently they weren't. Simple as that. Two guys in the prime, with Lozano being 27 and Vega being 25. Acuna, Lisandro Martinez, Rodriguez again. Now Montiel. Di Maria now on the right. Once again, played back in the middle. Rodriguez still trying to direct traffic. There's Messi. Good ball played through. Messi now in space, goes down. Whistle called? Yes, indeed. And it's a yellow card coming out as well. Eric Rodriguez had a chance there. Came in with a crunching tackle, and in the end, he will be punished there with the yellow card. Big moment for Argentina. McAllister with the ball through for Messi, and we know what Messi can do in space. An interesting free kick coming up. This one, again, about 20 yards out from goal. So Messi could go under the wall, but Mexico would probably be smart here. I don't know about that. Mexico kind of got the initial touch on the ball, and Messi kind of tripped himself up in that area. So a little bit of a lenient foul, but nonetheless, Argentina readying for the free kick. Mexico right now putting about 4 guys in the wall, yet to see if there's going to be a guy on the ground. We know what Messi can do. He can provide some Messi magic whenever the moment presents him. Rodrigo de Paul, his bodyguard, is also there in the area. So either way, Lionel Messi, this is kind of big range for him. He had a free kick against Saudi Arabia, which he kind of skied into the bleachers. What does he do here? This is kind of in his range. The crowd kind of simmering down for a while, making sure what happens, as the whistle could blow any moment. DePaul right now kind of walking away from the ball. We know who is going to be taking it for sure. Messi takes it, and just like that, goes over. And again, it's just that's the look of a man that wants to be the GOAT, if he isn't already. It's not a bad idea. He got it up and over, even over Vega, who's kind of on the left-hand side of that wall. But either way, couldn't get it back. That's been kind of the story for Messi and his free kicks. It's got to be the certain amount of range. It's got to be the certain amount of distance away from goal. Otherwise, it's either going well over or it's going right towards the goalie. Back with Mexico as it goes to Moreno. Now to Montes. Montes plays a long ball forward here. That's cut away looking for Vega. Nonetheless, Rodriguez goes to pressure, and now the whistle will blow for offside. Looked like, yeah, just offside there was Vega. Again, second time off a long pass that Vega has been offside today. It's been a little cause of concern. At least if I was Tata Martino, that's kind of training. You should be able to do that kind of action in itself. You don't want to be caught offside in that sort of position. Lisandro Martinez, once again, back in space for Rodriguez. Montiel, outside again. Seen a lot of space. You have your holders, of course, with Rodriguez and then McAllister getting more up the pitch. Rodriguez is kind of now playing kind of the center back role, kind of matching what Mexico has been doing in their 3-5-2, or rather now 5-3-2. Nonetheless, Di Maria is now down the right-hand side, whips this in with his left. McAllister tried to get ahead to it along with Martinez. Neither one could get one there. And now the ref's whistle will blow in favor of Mexico. Lots of whistles in this one, and a lot of ones being late on the balls. Both sides just trying to continue their play, not kind of stopping for the foul, and not too many blatant fouls either in this game. Again, interesting moments. 54th minute here. It's a lot of fouls. 8 for Argentina, 12 for Mexico in this one. Once again outside, Araujo plays forward, headed away by Otamendi. Otamendi tried playing back. Now it's out to Acuna. Acuna. Nifty touch there by Lautaro Martinez. The number 9 playing a little back. You love to see it there. Getting physical, making sure the ball is controlled there. Otamendi again. Still in the back half now. DePaul takes us into Mexico's side of the pitch. DePaul still going there. Had a little miscommunication with Messi, who might have been feeding that ball in for. Nonetheless, Otamendi with this header. Montiel now on the ball. Montiel back to Messi. Messi playing the cam role, center attacking midfielder today, rather than right wing, rather than striker, which he has played in the past. So Messi plays it through for Montiel. Boy, has he been up the pitch today. Cut away there by Lozano. Throw in now for Argentina. 55th minute, and now the hosts, at least for this game, in terms of that. How about that from Martinez? Nutmegging Chavez there in the middle. McAllister now. McAllister now on the right. Di Maria, nifty move there. Di Maria still going. Right foot across in. Shot. Couldn't go with McAllister and couldn't go with Lautaro Martinez. Messi just flicks it back to Guido Rodriguez, who gives it right back to Alexis Vega and Mexico. Vega still going, and now it will be given back. This long ball is played forward, looking for Kevin Alvarez. It's cut away there. Good work there by Argentina. Guido Rodriguez there on the challenge. So Rodriguez on the challenge. Now it's McAllister going the other way. It's actually Acuna there on the challenge. My apologies. Now it's Eric going the other way. Eric Gutierrez, that is. Lozano pushed down to the ground there by DePaul. No foul called. Going back to Argentina. The game's starting to open up with a lot of attacking chances, a lot of attacking movements going forward. Speaking of which, Di Maria against Gallardo goes to the end line. Now he cuts back, just gets it back to Montiel. Messi now. What can he do? Gets it to Guido Rodriguez. Rodriguez now to Acuna, kind of in the middle left part of the pitch for Argentina. Lisandro Martinez. Messi again. Messi clipped forward, might have been going for Acuna, but it dribbles out for a Mexico goal kick. So overall, Mexico still, at least in terms of attack, we haven't seen that many shots on goal. And save for Vega's free kick, I don't think we've seen a shot on goal, period. Di Maria with another nutmeg. This time was on Gallardo there on the cross. How about that? As we see our first change of the day, as we'll see the man himself in the holding mid, Guido Rodriguez, head off, and heading in now will be Enzo Fernandez. First change of the day for Argentina. You could call it Argentinas if you think about how many Martinezes are playing on the pitch. You got Emiliano Martinez, Lisandro Martinez, and Lautaro Martinez. That one cut out by Herrera. Just went to ground. No foul called. Refs play has been quite interesting today in terms of how this game is shaped out. 58th minute here from Lusail Stadium in Qatar. Martinez still playing moonball. Still up in the air. Now drops to the ground. And fresh off checking it, or rather it was Gutierrez there. So we're not yet seeing Fernandez on the ball, but nonetheless, here goes Otamendi. Good work there working against Gallardo, and a good 1-2 there. Messi again. Messi still on the ball. Now it goes on the outside. This could be interesting and dangerous for Argentina. What could this give? Messi now in the middle, plays through. Couldn't find Lautaro Martinez as it's clipped away there by Gallardo. Another dangerous moment for Argentina. Probably one through ball away from making it a 1-0 game. And now on the other side, a free kick is called for Mexico. About 40 yards out from goals, Alexis Vega went up against Lisandro Martinez. They're kind of just spinning around in circles there over each other. It's kind of how this game has gone. It's the offense, and on some occasions, have just spun circles around the defense, and the other ways, the defense has spun circles around the offense. So another chance for Mexico, Alexis Vega, to take this in. Also there will be Luis Chavez. You got Vega and Chavez. It'll be Vega to swing this in with his right boot, and it's headed away. Good work there by Otamendi to clear it. Maybe another chance for Argentina. Montiel going forward, plays it through for DePaul. And again, another knock through by Alvarez. Throw in for Argentina's. Once again, the Argentinians try to get into the attacking third. They've been going on the ball a lot so far today, just unable to break through and get that first goal. It was a case early on with France and Denmark as France got a lot of chances before they finally broke. Got the first goal off Kylian Mbappe. Denmark equalized, and then Mbappe got a second to make it a 2-1 game and gave France the win. They're on to the knockouts once again. So no champions curse for them. They're the first champion, or rather reigning champion, to make it out of their group since the Brazil did it in 2006. This past few years has been rough for the reigning champs, as Italy went down in 2010, Spain went down in 2014, Germany went down in 2018. All in the group stage too, to note. Here's Montiel. Montiel out on the side. Fernandez, good ball in, but it's headed away by Moreno. Back to Fernandez. So once again, Argentina's utilized the wings a lot today, and rightfully so. They've kind of shifted the play as well, kind of like how the baseball players use the shift. Di Maria now. Di Maria lost it for a while. Now it's Acuna. Acuna to DePaul. He's harassed in the middle, and it's taken off by Lozano. Lozano goes down. No foul called. Boy, oh boy. When you think there's going to be a foul called, there isn't. And just when you think there's not going to be a foul called, there is. It's a game. It's a game of ironics. How about that? We'll put it that way. It's Messi, now to McAllister. What can he do? The Brighton man sends it out now for Montiel. Out on the side for Di Maria of PSG. Di Maria now cuts inside. Might have gone to the ground. Either way, still dances on the ball. Sends it right into Gallardo. And once again, it's back with Argentina and DePaul. Still in the attacking third, though. Fernandez. Out of Di Maria. Di Maria whips this one in, and it's a good header away there by Montes. Nonetheless, Argentina continues with their possessive attack. DePaul gonna switch the pitch here out to Acuna, picked off there by Kevin Alvarez. Cut out there by Martinez. Martinez's ball rolls all the way to the corner. And it's another Mexico throw in. 63rd minute. We've got about 27 and a half minutes plus stoppage time remaining as we see some more changes coming for Argentina. First one, Lautaro Martinez will be off. So will Gonzalo Montiel. Heading in at the top for Argentina will be Alvarez. That being Julian Alvarez, the 22-year-old playing for Manchester City. And then now on the right, we will see the man who started game one in the right back position. That one being Nahuel Molina. Araujo again. Clips it up, headed down by Vega, and here comes Lozano. It's a 1-on-3. What can Chucky do? He's still going down the right-hand side. Could get something off. Did he get the last touch? Yes, he did. And so with that, it's an Argentina goal kick. I like the idea by Lozano just going forward. Couldn't get it off of DePaul, though. It was a nifty work there by the Tottenham midfielder, former Tottenham midfielder, now with Atletico Madrid. To just let that go. Actually, DePaul's been with Madrid for a while. I'm thinking of Lo Celso. Pardon me. Nonetheless, Argentina again plays it out to Messi. Top of the box. Messi! It's in the net. The man himself has done it again. Messi magic has struck here in the 64th minute. He doesn't dress for men. He doesn't dress for women. Lately, he's been dressing for revenge. Argentina up 1-0 right here against Mexico. And that right there is maybe what we wanted to see out of Lionel Messi, the GOAT himself. Boy, oh boy, has that struck a lot of delirium and electricity into Lusail Stadium. And with that, if the score stands too, Argentina now on the edge of the knockout stage. They may have lost to Saudi Arabia, but they would put themselves in an interesting position. And boys, if you're watching this, yes, this will be a TikTok for sure. I will find the best clip. I will find that. That might be my favorite call so far of this World Cup. I said that too in my Instagram post. I said, you want to hear me commentate Messi? Hey, I mean, you got it right here. You've got it. Right through the hands. I mean, Memo Ochoa had a good chance of getting it too, but just out of reach. And that's what makes Lionel Messi one of the best to ever do it. Boy, have the Argentinians. They were frustrated in that first half. They were a little antsy. I'm watching the stream right here in Telemundo, but nonetheless, each network has the same stream. It's all on FIFA. FIFA controls the stream, and then basically each nation will provide its own commentator. So either way, if you were watching on Fox Sports or anywhere else, you probably would have seen the same looks from the camera. Nonetheless, Lionel Messi with his 93rd goal for his country. How about that? Lionel Messi, take a bow, man. Take a bow. And with that, that's also his eighth goal, too, at the World Cup. It was actually interesting because Kylian Mbappe got his seventh goal today. And Messi, even though playing in his fifth World Cup overall, still got some chances. Antuna and Jimenez are now on. So more changes for Mexico. And boy, will they have to do something here to salvage and get something back. So that's two. Got new changes as well. Julian Alvarez and Nahuel Molina just checked in as well. Acuna goes down. We'll have to see who Antuna and Alvarez, or yes, Antuna and Alvarez checked in for there. I'm just checking to see, is Efrain Alvarez on the Mexican roster? I don't know. Of course, always a big guy. Played a lot of moments for them. Might be Edson Alvarez. Okay. And now I think we might see some more changes for Argentina. So kind of getting to this point where the pace is starting to change. Argentina just scored a goal, aka Lionel Messi just scored a goal. And now we're having Mexico kind of check in for the while. Nonetheless, maybe we see Mexico get something here. Out on the right-hand side, ball whipped in. It was dribbled and eventually cleared away by Argentina. Cross there, sent in by Uriel Antuna, who just checked in. Uriel Antuna, the former LA Galaxy player, now with Cruz Azul. So throwing now for Mexico. This is going to be taken by Araujo. Listed as a center back, but kind of playing a little bit more of a right back role. And that could be the case as this match goes along for Mexico, needing something going forward. Raul Jimenez clips it over to the other side for Chucky Lozano. Lozano checking out. It's clipped up by Gutierrez before it's kind of pegged back there by Argentina. Good work there. I believe that was Alvarez checking back to get that. Good work by Julian Alvarez. Raul Jimenez again, now to Uriel Antuna. It's an interesting combo there on the right for Mexico. Antuna sends this one in low. Cutaway there by DePaul. Throw in, or pardon me, corner kick for Mexico. And now we'll see some more changes. McAllister and Di Maria are now headed off for Argentina. So obviously more changes coming for them. Di Maria, again, not the best World Cup for him. Has got some chances, but not much overall. So it looks like Antuna has checked in for Alexis Vega. And you've got Raul Jimenez checking in for Kevin Alvarez. At least that's what we saw earlier. Di Maria and McAllister, as I said, are heading off. And heading on, we're going to have, I believe, some defensive substitutions, as you're going to have Romero checking on as well. That being Christian Romero, who is one of the center backs. And then on the other side, too, another change for Argentina in Ejetiel Palacios, one of the midfielders. 20 caps for him. This will be his 21st at the national level. Plays for Bayer Leverkusen in Bundesliga. Only player that's playing in Germany on the side. A lot of guys playing in Spain. A few guys in the Premier League. Except for Franco Armani, one of the backup goalies. He got chance at River Plate. So that's the only guy playing domestic. Nonetheless, Messi again. Now to Acuna. Acuna sends us in low. Wide open. The shot goes into the stands. Good chance there for Molina to maybe make it 2-0 in favor of Argentina. Wide open on the side. It could have actually taken a touch for all you know. Decides to take it first time and hit the first swing in it. Goes well off frame. Oh, there's two Argentina fans getting into it. Some of the guys in the stands with their shirts off, too. Quite impressive, too. Just seeing the passion, just seeing the drive of this World Cup is just something to see as well. You know, sure, it's in November, it's in the middle of club season for most of the world, but either way, just to show that and the fans showing out, too. Nice 72 degrees outside in Doha right now. Gutierrez up against Alvarez. Gutierrez goes down. Free kick for Mexico. Plays it right back to his motley crew and the center backs. Moreno, Montes going forward will forego Araujo. Montes still going forward, and his pass was not deflected, so it'll be a goal kick for Argentina. 20 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here in the second half. If you're just tuning in, Lionel Messi with another goal from outside the box just a few minutes ago in the 64th minute has given Argentina a 1-0 lead. If you actually remember last time, 2018, it was Argentina was playing Nigeria, and Argentina, I think, needed a win to get to the next round. Guess who scored the game winner? Lionel Messi. Big players show up in big moments. The GOAT is no exception. One of the GOATs. You could say Ronaldo. I mean, I could go on for ages on the fact of how Messi, I think, has a little slight edge over Ronaldo just off height, but either way. Nonetheless, Argentina on the attack again. De Paul, now to Molina. Molina tried playing in for Messi. Nonetheless, fighting with Gallardo there on the right side. De Paul once again out to Molina on the right. Molina stops his run and it's back to De Paul. Mexico playing around a little bit, still trying to survey some options. This one played forward. Maybe we see Antuna going forward. Yes. Nice, good water. Nothing goes wrong with water, I'll tell you that. Water is a good drink. 18 minutes left. And now we'll see, I think, Mexico's fourth substitution of the day, Chucky Lozano, heading out, and heading in now will be, I believe, number 25, Roberto Alvarado. So two of the strikers replaced there for Mexico. Much different than what we saw in England-US yesterday. US did not go to the bench till about 15 minutes left to go in regulation. Right now, Mexico, 4 changes. Argentina with 5 changes. So Argentina has used all of their changes. Mexico with 1 more left in the tank should they need it. 73rd minute, a lot of football, or soccer, I should say. It's called soccer, it still kind of is, left to be played in this one. Araujo, back to Montes. Montes now to Moreno. Moreno chips forward. Otamendi tried getting ahead to it, and it was a shove there, kind of on the side by the Mexican player. Couldn't tell the number, or rather who it was, but either way, it goes right back. Might have been Jimenez, actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, just a recap there. You got Lozano heading out. Chucky with another good appearance, 62nd cap. Couldn't bag his 17th goal. Replacing him, Roberto Alvarado. He's got about half of the caps that Chucky does with 31 and 4 goals. Alvarado playing in Guadalajara. One of the many guys, I should say, on this Mexican side that play in Liga MX. Fernandez. Now back to base we go. So you've got a little change here. You got Romero now playing that center back role. You got Otamendi now on the side. Lisandro Martinez a little more on the wing, at least on that left side. He's got a good left boot, so could help him at least to their advantage. Nonetheless, here we see Messi in space. Good recovery there, but Messi keeps on going. He is still going for the ball. So is Alvarez, and somehow, some way, it was kept in play there by Alvarado so that Mexico has possession. Great work there. He looked like a piece of meat in a lion's cage, but either way, somehow, some way, he got the ball out. Once again, it falls to Tata Martino. He's lost to Argentina by the scoreline before, back in 2007, when he was managing Paraguay in the Copa America. Other than that, I could not find any other results on when he faced Argentina as a member of Paraguay. I could not find anything on Wikipedia. So that was the only known result I could find of Tata facing off against his home country. Nonetheless, throwing, how about that? Just a tale of two fan bases in general. Mexico kind of just waiting in general. As I said, what they lost today, they're now in dead last in Group C. They would need some sort of actually let's not forget let's not forget about some sort of point. They would need a win against a Saudi Arabia side that beat Argentina and kind of put the pressure on Poland earlier today. You think about it, just Saudi Arabia had a penalty and courtesy of Chesney of the Poland goalkeeper. You never know. I mean, Chesney saved that, but had Saudi Arabia gotten the goal, it could have been a much different result earlier today. Nonetheless, here's Araujo, now to Herrera, Antuna, and now we recycle out to Gallardo. Gallardo, now in the middle, out to 24. 24, that being Chavez. Chavez going up the pitch a lot today. Felt like Chavez would play back a little bit. It's Gallardo. And now we go back to base. Here's Montes. Rough play there as he gives it right back to Argentina. Dancing on the ball here for the Argentinians, Palacios. And now this could be dangerous. Julian Alvarez in the clear. Messi cuts inside. Messi tried to get a touch, but he couldn't steer it on frame. Nonetheless, it keeps on continuing. Acuna now cutting inside. And it's a good touch there by Araujo to cut it away as he sends it up pitch. Free kick now for Argentina. Ref actually says play on in that manner. As Alvarez tries playing back to Messi, can he keep it in play? I think he might have actually kept it in play. Yeah. Messi kept it inside. It was cut away by the Mexicans. Let's take a look at this. If it stands, it might be a corner kick for Argentina. Yeah. Just on the line. How about that? Lionel Messi. Actually, no, it just went out. Pardon me. So it might have been the wrong call in that regards by the refs. Rodriguez. Not a Hector Herrera. Hector Herrera. Not Araujo. Mexico in need of something here to kind of just help them a little bit. If they were to draw here, they wouldn't be in the knockout stage, at least in one of those positions, but they would be in the second spot, meaning it's still in a quandary though. You think about it. It's still going to be in a quandary because they're facing Saudi Arabia, right? So either way, they would need a win against Saudi Arabia to advance to the knockout. They get a win today, then different story, and Argentina is eliminated. 12 minutes left, and it's Argentina, I think, trying to build some sort of goal differential here. Of course, a big game against Poland on Wednesday, and if um, if Argentina was to draw that game and Mexico Saudi Arabia was to also draw, could go to down a goal differential. Saudi Arabia right now at a -1 goal differential. Argentina right now at 0. So overall, could just be a way to kind of bolster the lead. Or you could even see Mexico too. You think about it. Mexico right now, as it stands, is down -1. If Mexico is to beat Saudi Arabia, Argentina would have a little bit of protection, at least for the very least for that number 2 spot. Would be a little tough though. They would have to face the reigning champs in France. Nonetheless, Alvarez out to Messi. Good spin away. Going up against Gutierrez. Still somehow kept the ball, and now a whistle will be blown for a free kick. We're not seeing Messi doing a lot of Shoga Bonito, but boy, oh boy, I think he knows he's tough. I mean, there was a look on his face, and I saw on Twitter after the loss to Saudi Arabia, he said, "This is Messi. This is Messi at his best." He will look at it and say, "Yeah." You think about it, Saudi Arabia, sure, they got the win, but they may have awoken a monster. Maybe. And the monster was still getting a little awake in the first half. Now it's starting to get a little more awake, a little more energetic. Got their first goal of the day as it's back to Alvarez. His glancing header will go right towards Ochoa. Alvarez, of course, about 25 yards out, so not much troubling there. Moreno, back to Montes. Araujo, now to Uriel Antuna on the right-hand side. Montes again checking in as Gutierrez. Now wearing the captain's armband in the second half. And just like that, we're back to base in Memo Ochoa. Big tense moments here as back out to Mexico. Moreno couldn't find his man as now it's back to Mexico. Herrera, now to Araujo. Araujo dancing moves there by Antuna. And with that, it's a free kick for Mexico. Dangerous move as well. It's once again about 35 yards out. And dare I say, we have not seen that many set piece goals in this tournament, period. At least in the ones that I've covered right here on my live streams. Of course, we've done 300 or four rather under our belt. Qatar, Ecuador, Belgium, Canada, then the United States, 2 group stage games against Wales Monday and England. This one sent in by Chavez. This one headed up and now headed back, caught there by Emiliano Martinez. 82nd minute, so we've got about 7.5 minutes, or 8.5 minutes rather, plus stoppage time left in this one. Good catch there in the middle. And you love when you get to the stage of the World Cup where anything can go down, anything can happen overall. And we're seeing Argentina, especially after playing almost a 50-50 game in the first half, starting to get some momentum. We've even, you've even seen them start to get that second goal. Like I said, start to build a goal differential just in case it's there. It's also important to note this too. You think about it. Poland is at a +2 goal differential. So if Argentina was to beat Poland, that goal differential would be huge, to say the least. Argentina right now at 0. So you think about it, even if they were to beat Poland by a goal, they could still not get that first spot just off goals provided. You think about it, Poland won 2-0 in the game earlier today. So obviously things can go as planned. And then, of course, if goals do not work, then it goes down to yellow cards. Argentina overall today, except for Montiel, not too many yellow cards overall. No yellow cards overall, I should say. But overall, Argentina trying to play smart, trying to build a goal differential. So just in case there is a 3-way tie and you have 3 teams that do have 4 points, they will be the ones going out on top. As I noted earlier, they do not want to be out. They do not want to face France. Probably would rather face the number 2 team, whether that be Denmark, whether that be Tunisia, could it be Australia. That one could, you think about it, that one also could be up for grabs, for all you know. Although Australia with a big win today, but still with a -2 goal differential. So if Tunisia was to beat France and Australia was to either draw or, well, if they were to draw to Denmark, then Tunisia would end up getting that second spot, which I actually had them in that second spot when it began. And then I had Denmark in first. Either way, clipped up here towards Alvarez. Once again, Julian Alvarez, who was checked in on the bench for Manchester City. Once again, another free kick for Argentina. Rodrigo de Paul on the ball. Actually, now it will be towards Mexico. Let's take a look at this. Again, a lot of interesting challenges here that could have gone either way from what I've seen on the screen. It might have been a simulation there on DePaul, or it could have just gone out. Either way, ball's back with Mexico. This one now in the middle. Gutierrez. Now outside for the man there. Alvarado. Moreno plays forward, still up in the area. Alvarado gives chase, going up against Romero of Argentina. And it'll seen out for a corner kick. 85th minute. And now a chance for Mexico to maybe equalize the match. Big, big moments, as I said. Big, big moments. This one swung into the box, and it's a good header away. Just no nonsense. Get it out. Great work there by Enzo Fernandez. Sent back in. It's another header. Just like that, here's Messi on the other side. Argentina bringing numbers forward here. De Paul going forward, and it's a crunching tackle there in the middle. Great work by Gallardo Otherwise, Argentina might have been in for goal number two. So you had Alvarez, Messi. Those are the main three guys going forward alongside DePaul. So another chance here. Less than 5 minutes to go in regulation. Acuna ready to take the throw in here. Acuna still looks for options. Now it's to Alvarez. It's taken there by Molina. Otamendi, now to Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro back out to Acuna. Argentina not playing like they're up 1-0. Looking for more. Acuna end line. Off of Araujo, another corner kick for Argentina. Messi again. Now good work. Shot, and it's in! Oh, mercy, what a goal! Enzo Fernandez with the curler right in the area. A great play in by Messi and an absolute peach of a goal by Fernandez. 2-0. And Argentina can see daylight. They see 3 points ahead of them right here with 87 minutes through this match. Lusail Stadium is now in full force in terms of those in the Albiceleste. They are cheering with all their might. 3 points are on their way. And now, more importantly, the goal differential is now going their way. Argentina now, if this was to stand, would now be in the second place spot with a +2, or pardon me, a +1 goal differential right above Saudi Arabia. Mexico would be in dead last going into match day 3. That's a great embrace there between Messi and Fernandez. Let's take a look at that. Fernandez in space. And it's a great goal, like I said. Just getting it past Gutierrez, who was there in the middle. Oh, mercy. Oh, mercy. You knew Argentina was going to show up sometime. If they were going to prove themselves as contenders, they were going to be there. And boy, oh boy. 2 absolute golazos. One by Lionel Messi. Right now, one of the leaders of that squad at 35 years old. And then on the other side, Enzo Fernandez with another one of the younger guys on the squad in 21. In fact, just looking at the squad, yeah. Second youngest, Thiago Almada, who's on the bench, the Atlanta United man, is the youngest. So there you go. One from the old generation, one from the new generation. And just like that, Argentina now up 2-0. So for Mexico now, once again, like I said, you still got some chance left to maybe get a draw. More importantly, just cut the goal differential down because, like I said, if you were to get that win against Saudi Arabia, you want to be in a position now that you are getting in favor on goal differential. So Saudi Arabia right now is at -1. Mexico right now is at -2. In that sense, yeah, in that sense, because then it becomes an arms race between Poland and Argentina, essentially. And Argentina now is now at a +1 goal differential. So you think about it, even if Mexico was to get that win against Saudi Arabia, they would need to get the win by a lot. Might as well help yourself out here, get a goal now, and then make it easier, and then pray that Poland and Argentina end out in a draw, and you're on to the next round in the knockouts. So, with that, interesting points. Interesting games. Like I said, you had to get the popcorn ready. And I already have told you guys the Messi goal will be out on the socials. You'll be seeing it out on Twitter, on TikTok, Instagram, you name it. Lionel Messi. Boy, oh boy, what a living legend have we seen. He actually had the goal too with Fernandez. Mexico kind of just played off the ball there too. So with that, we are now in stoppage time. 6 minutes here from Lusail Stadium. Lusail Stadium to host a lot of big games in this World Cup. Of course, the biggest stadium here in Qatar is it's close to about 88,000, approaching 89,000. It will be the site of the World Cup final. We could see Argentina playing there in just a few days. That World Cup final will be 3 weeks from tomorrow. Yes, 3 weeks from tomorrow, we could see Argentina at the stage back at Lusail Stadium. Nonetheless, they're on their way to victory here. Their first 3 points of the tournament. Late foul early on as it's a free kick for Mexico. This time Chavez went down in the box. Here's Chavez again. And you can hear the noise. I have the Telemundo broadcast pretty low on. Chavez sends it in, it's headed away. Herrera settles it around 35 yards out. Now Antuna on the edge, approaching the box, sends it in, and it's headed away. Good work there by Otamendi on the defense. Otamendi and Romero there on the coverage. And just like that, I don't know what happened there. There's a little confusion and delay, I would say, between Antuna and Herrera. Looks like there's an Argentinian down, and it's Acuna, the left back there, getting some stretching. Argentina has used all of their 5 substitutions, so they cannot bring someone in, can't bring Tagliafico, who was playing that left back role earlier in this tournament. Actually, believe it or not, Tagliafico was playing that left back. I believe Acuna might have been in that game. He definitely came off the bench. I remember seeing his name early on. Yeah, Papu Gomez. Acuna checked in at left back. Again, interesting moments. How about this for a little college football update? Michigan beat Ohio State 45-23. First time in a long time that Michigan had beaten Ohio State, and first time in a while they had beaten them at the Big House. How about that? Michigan getting the win there. They'll be on to the Big Ten championship. Meanwhile, Argentina knew they had to come up big here at Lusail Stadium, and boy, did they. And first off, the first goal came from number 10 himself, Lionel Messi. See what I did there? Take notes, kids. You can make puns just like me. Big moment for number 10. Nonetheless, number 13 for Mexico, Guillermo Ochoa sends us forward. Back with Mexico. Like I said, you can still bag a goal here and makes your life a little bit easier going into match day 3. I will have the react for both games. I'll be doing simultaneous broadcasts with both Argentina, Poland, and then Mexico, Saudi Arabia. Both of which should be some interesting games going on. This one was an interesting battle there between Moreno and Messi. Nonetheless, Araujo sends this one in, chested down by Jimenez. Chavez couldn't get a shot there as it's cut away by the Argentinians. About 2.5 minutes left to go in the stoppage time period. Mexico still looking for a goal. As I said, a goal would be, I would say, crucial in sense of at least making their lives better. In sense, right now, they stand at a -2 goal differential, which is right behind Saudi Arabia, right behind Argentina, barring their win against Poland, and right now also behind Poland, was right now at +2, meaning Mexico would need something spectacular if they are to make it to the next round. And like I said, for Mexico as well, qualify. Here's Jimenez. Rabona's the cross. Cleared away there by Lisandro Martinez. Mexico has made it to the knockout stage. Their last eight World Cup trips. Of course, didn't play in 1990 and 1982. But since 1986, they have made it to the knockout stage. Quite impressive. Antuna, cross blocked out. Another throw in for Mexico. Like I said, this is some part of the beauty of this World Cup. Argentina not bowing out yet, which is a good thing. The only team that has been eliminated has been Qatar. First time a host nation has been eliminated in 2 games. DePaul sends us all the way back towards Memo Ochoa. About a minute left to go in stoppage time. This one going out again. Alvarado again was directing traffic. Once again goes back with Gutierrez. Now to Moreno. Alvarado again. He whips this one into the box, and it's pinwheel kicked away there by Otamendi. Boy, of the Argentinian center back showed up today after allowing a lot of easy runs and shots against Saudi Arabia. Messi strangled there in the middle. He will earn a free kick for Argentina as the Albiceleste continues to run out the clock here. Los Albicelestes doing a good job. It's going to be a good Saturday night for the Argentinians. Still got some time left in the day over there. Of course, only I think about an hour behind Eastern time, so about an hour ahead of where I am in Phoenix. So, hey, if you want to, go ahead and celebrate the rest of the day. Get some cervezas, get some carne, get some mates going. It's going to be a good time in Argentina. Emiliano Martinez to send everybody forward for this kick just to ensure what's going on. We're past 6 minutes as Martinez sends it back to Mexico territory. Still in the area. Picked up by Alvarez, then brought down there by Fernandez. This one cleared out by Araujo. No whistle has blown yet, and now it has. Argentina had to show up today. They will live to see another match here at this 2022 FIFA World Cup. A 2-0 win over Mexico. First with Lionel Messi in the 64th minute from outside the box, and then the young man, that one being Enzo Fernandez with his first ever goal for the country. Big moments for big players, both young and old, as Fernandez did it in the 84th minute. And with that, this is how Group C will stack up. At the top, you will have Poland still there with 4 points and a +2 goal differential. Saudi Arabia, or pardon me, actually, not Saudi Arabia, Argentina. Yes, Argentina is now at 3 points. Fresh off their loss to Saudi Arabia, they got 2 goals today, a 2-point win, 2-goal win, now at a +1 goal differential. Saudi Arabia has now dropped down to third with 3 points and a -1 goal differential. They lost 2-0 to Poland today. And last and least will be Mexico with 1 point and also a -2 goal differential. As I said earlier, this group is still up for grabs. It's still crazy. And every team except Mexico could still end up getting that #1 seed, meaning tune in. Tune in on Wednesday when I break down. I'll be doing a simultaneous call for both Poland, Argentina, and Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and what should be a great matchup ahead on both sides. Most likely, the runner-up of this group will take on France. Winner still up for grabs. Could be Australia, could be Denmark, could be Tunisia. Anything and everything at all. It's what we love about the World Cup. It's what we love about all the teams involved. Hope you guys tune in tomorrow. We got a big one on tap. A qualification elimination game between Spain and Germany. For now, I'm Mahirson Hassan. Thanks for tuning into this broadcast of the World Cup right here on my YouTube page. So long, good night, stay safe, and I hope you see you guys tomorrow.